Hey everyone, it's Nick here from the TrainAid HQ. I hope you're doing well. And in today's video, we are looking at the Level 4 Certificate in Education training. This is Unit 2, and this is a video looking at how to complete questions 2.3 and 2.4. So Unit 2, as we know, is all about planning. So how to plan effective lessons, how to plan effective teaching and learning courses. And question 2.3 and 2.4 is just looking at all the considerations that go into planning the effective assessment of your course. So for this final row within the table, we have got the category assessment methods and teaching approaches. And we need to think about all the considerations that go into planning effective assessment within your lessons, and also perhaps thinking about a way in which you've adapted assessment to support one of your learners and how you've supported their individual learner needs. So just on the table here, we've just come up with some bullet points to give you some hints on what you could include for your two considerations. So when planning your course, we need to think about the booking of assessment facilities. So let's say for your qualification at the end of your course, you need to get your learners to complete perhaps an exam or a formal test. You need to book out the examination room. Perhaps you need to print out your test papers, for example. Perhaps you need to arrange invigilators as well. You need to perhaps organize a reader, translator, or a scribe. So all of those things need to be looked at well in advance. And also emailing your learners and giving them information. Where and when will the assessment take place? What do they need to bring? Are there any rest breaks as well? What's to be expected? You could also arrange for mock assessments as well. So that could be something that you fit within your scheme of work. So perhaps learners have got the opportunity to perhaps perform a mock test prior to their final assessment as well. So there's many things that we need to plan into our course with regards to assessment and our teaching methods here. So just within this column, I've just selected two examples, which I do in terms of my own courses. So as mentioned, booking of assessment facilities. So this is very, very important. So as a former college teacher, I used to obviously book out examination rooms, for example, a sports hall, where my learners would be, their exams would be taking place. So I'd need to make sure that there's no external noise happening around the actual examination room. So the time of day is very important. So I used to book the examination room within the morning session, so that way learners are kind of more alert, more engaged as well. But I'd also need to arrange for staff members to be invigilators. I'd also need to book out private rooms as well for learners who need extra time and support as well. So a lot goes into the planning of assessments with regards to the booking of facilities, making sure that you've got enough staff members to monitor the examinations as well, to be timekeepers, to give learners feedback on how much time they've got within the assessments as well. And also another thing I used to do is arrange for mock assessments as well. So I found that with providing mock test papers, this gave learners reassurance that they've got time to prepare for their final exam by doing a mock assessment, so they get used to the exam conditions. They feel more reassured when they go into that final examination. But again, I would need to print out the test paper, the mock test paper. I would need to hire out facilities again. I would need to arrange for exam markers as well. So I'd have to ask my colleagues to mark the mock test papers as well. So they would obviously mark them and provide feedback. So a lot goes into the planning of assessment methods as well. And also with regards to mock test papers, it could be asking colleagues to proofread the test paper if learners, for example, they perhaps they need, perhaps with staff members, they need to, as I mentioned, they need to proofread the test paper that I've created, so my learners are able to confidently answer any questions that is put forward to them. For this column, this is all about 2.4. This is all about supporting individual learners' needs. So I would like for you to explain one example where you've had to change the classroom environment, resource, or the assessment methods in order to support a learner's individual needs. So for this example, this is obviously extra time for learners. So for teaching A-level PE, that was my subject, I arranged for learners who required extra time, that no problem, they could have 25% extra time if they suffered from perhaps exam nerves, worries, exam stress, no problem whatsoever. The awarding body was very accommodating and allowed for 25% extra time to give them time to read the questions and not be worried about time. I'd also arrange for a private room if learners once again worried with exam stress as well, so they could have obviously time in their own environment to work on the exam with an invigilator present. Furthermore, previous examples of adapting assessments was to arrange a reader, translator, scribe as well. So if a learner perhaps had an injury to their hand, then a scribe could be used as well to write out their answers. So that has happened in the past with my own teaching career as well. So for this row, what you need to do is you need to come up with two examples of consideration. So when planning your own assessments, what two things do you need to consider? So this is kind of the planning stage, and then just one example of how you've adapted assessment in order to support learners. It could be, for example, 25% extra time, or arranging an assessment date or time which is more compatible with the learner's individual needs as well. So again, we're looking for a paragraph here, and here as well. So think about your previous experiences, or you can come up with an example of where you might need to adapt your assessments in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching. That has been the video answering 2.3 and 2.4, looking at adapted assessment. I hope you found the video useful. Any feedback would be great. Thank you for supporting the channel as well, and please do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.